is up, YouTube? Today I'm actually going to be talking about the fighting game live action movie adaptation of Mortal Kombat that came out in 2021. So the most recent live action Mortal Kombat movie and the most recent live action fighting game movie. So this movie, I think, is pretty bad. And honestly, I would argue that it's probably also the worst fighting game live action movie ever made, tied with KOF, but the reasons why are completely different. The main thing I think that really sucks about this movie is that it's insane how bad this movie is given the time that it was made. Because this movie was made in 2021, last year. Like, bro, the KOF movie was also really bad, but it was made in 2009. Like, since Mortal Kombat 9, the Mortal Kombat and Injustice story modes have been fire, right? Like, they've been really solid. I mean, even if you don't like them or aren't really interested in the story, you can't argue that the presentation for those story modes has been pretty great. You know, pretty good when it comes to cinematic storytelling standards, and I feel like a Mortal Kombat movie should definitely live up to those standards at the very least. I mean, that's just kind of to be expected. But yet this movie was just garbage. Like, honestly, it was so bad. The fighting in it was ass. I mean, there's so many things to talk about, like, oh my god. First off, the main character, Cole, bro, why the fuck would you make a new main character when your series Mortal Kombat already has like 12 main characters in it? Like, literally just pick one, just choose one. Like Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Raiden, like goddamn, there's so many. Liu Kang, like goddamn, there's so many main character ass characters that it's like, dude, just pick one. But then they picked Cole, some random ass new guy that we don't give a fuck about. Us not giving a fuck about him does not change by the end of the movie, like, I promise you. Johnny Cage as well, like, but yeah, and that was, you know, really strange choice that they did that, and you know, kind of brought the movie down quite a bit. I feel like, honestly, could have just got rid of that character entirely. And then the whole like tournament thing, I mean, you know, I thought it was kind of a good setup for like the concept, but then it kind of just didn't make any sense at all. Like, in the beginning, you know, Cole gets this tattoo and they get called to like this tournament or whatever the fuck. But in actuality, in the movie, there is really no tournament. They're just like hyping up this tournament, like, oh yeah, we gotta train, we gotta fight for this tournament. And there really never is a tournament. There's just like the two teams fight each other and like that's it. Like, there's no one watching. Like, it's just so weird. Like, I don't know, like the whole like story structure, the whole tournament, everything, like nothing made any sense at all. Also, the characters, like none of the characters are like really representative of the characters from the actual fighting games except Kano. Kano is like the only character in this movie that has any character, to be quite honest. Like Sonya, you get introduced to her for like 2 seconds and then it's like, okay, we gotta go to this other place or whatever, and like you don't really get to like sit with her character and be like, oh, like, is that Sonya? Is Sonya being portrayed like correctly? Is she, you know, a good Sonya? Like, we don't even get to tell that because it's just like, all right, we gotta move. Like, it's just, it's so weird and weirdly paced, and the characters are just ass. Like, the actors are just ass. Like, the script is garbage, complete fucking garbage. Like I said, the only character in this movie that kind of makes sense and kind of feels like they are themselves is Kano. And yeah, like I was saying, the script is ass. Like, at the dinner scene when they're all like insulting each other, like literally he calls Kano like a stupid dog or something, and I'm like, dude, are you trying to be insulting or like what? Like, it was so bad. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, it was so bad. This movie was so bad, and it's just even more so bad that the fact that, you know, the Mortal Kombat stories themselves are actually really good, and it just makes this movie 10 times worse than it actually is, even though it is already insanely bad. Like, probably one of the worst movies I have seen, but yet it is brought down 10 times more by the fact that, you know, Mortal Kombat as a series already has really good writers and really good cinematic storytelling in it. So it's just like, dude, what were they thinking? What were they doing, bro? Like, honestly, I would rather watch an in-game cutscene movie instead of this shit. Like, it was so bad, so bad. Like, I'm not I'm not even kidding. They're so bad. Oh my god. But yeah, like I said, the fights were complete ass. There was one scene where they try to like have the guy do sweeps 3 times in a row and he just keeps getting hit. And like, honestly, I feel like that is something that works in a fighting game that really does not work in a movie. Like, really does not work in a movie. And it was not funny. It did not seem great at all. I don't know what they were thinking putting that in there. Like, it was so terrible, so cheesy, so corny, so ass, dude. Like, who fucking wrote this movie? Jesus Christ, man. In real life, if you're gonna see someone lean down and do a whole 360 ass sweep, like, bro, you can't just step back. Like, oh my, it was just so stupid, so cringe, dude. And like, I feel like whoever made this movie, whoever wrote this movie, I think they were thinking that, you know, they were like on some good ass shit when they put like sweeps and the fatality line in the script. And I'm like, bro, watching this shit was ass. This shit was so cringe. When I think Liu Kang does like the fatality-esque thing against Nitara, I believe, and then he's like flawless victory. Like, that was so cringy, bro. That was so corny. For one, it felt like they were trying really hard, like way too hard, to like resemble the fighting games, but they were doing it all in the wrong ways, man. But two, it's like, how are you gonna try that hard to reference the fighting games and then literally say flawless victory when in actuality Kung Lao freaking got hit, like he got hurt. So in actuality, it's not a flawless victory, it's not a perfect, bro. You literally took damage. How are you gonna try so hard to reference the games and then literally not even reference them correctly? Like, it's so bad. Oh my god, dude, it's so bad. Yeah, there's so much in this movie that is just so terrible, so bad. I cannot express how bad it is, and I'm just honestly really disappointed. Like, I'm really disappointed. I was expecting, you know, the fight scenes to at least kind of go in, kind of be dope, but they weren't. They were ass. They were so bad. And yet again, they just honestly showcase and symbolize that Dead or Alive and Tekken are just absolutely still the best fighting game live action movies we've ever gotten. And it's really sad, especially because this movie was made last year, literally last year, and they still can't make good fight scenes in Hollywood. They still can't make good fighting game live action adaptations when there's already so much to work with, and there's already goddamn nearly movies in the fighting games themselves. Like, it's just, I don't understand. Why do they keep fucking this up, dude? It's so bad, man. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go out on a limb here and say that this is tied with KOF as the worst fighting game live action adaptation. It is pretty bad. I would say KOF is much worse, but at the very least, it was made in 2009. This movie was made 2021, literally last year, and it's still this fucking bad, and I can't. On top of that, Mortal Kombat actually has good story modes and actually has good stories, so it's like, y'all are literally trying to make this movie bad with the amount of stuff that's already out there that y'all have to work with. Like, y'all are literally just trying to make the movie bad at this point. And it really shows. It's really annoying. I hate it. I hated almost everything about this movie. It was super boring. There wasn't even a tournament. It was just like, everything was just so bad. Like, there's nothing about this movie that redeems it. Even Melina, my favorite Mortal Kombat character, is in the movie, and I was, you know, kind of happy to see her, but not really. I mean, I don't know. It's just weird. I mean, I will say, I guess the only thing I can say about this movie is that Melina, you know, she got them cakes though. I will say, you know, they did that justice, okay? They did do that justice, I must say. But other than that, yeah, the movie was kind of ass. So yeah, and I don't know what they were thinking, like showing off teaser at the end for like Mortal Kombat 2. Like, anyone's gonna give a flying fuck about a sequel for this movie, but it's just I'm just, oh my god. I really hope there isn't another Mortal Kombat movie, but if there is, I guess I will also, you know, go ahead and watch that and review it. Maybe hopefully it gets better, but I highly doubt it. But yeah. Anyways, you know, I guess that's my rundown review of this movie, Mortal Kombat 2021. Yeah. What do you guys think if you've seen the movie? Let me know in the comments below. Leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. That helps me out a ton. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll see y'all in the next video.